Hi, my name's Angela Ong. I'm with First Team Real Estate. My wife Angela and I have been in real estate for over 30 years, and we work in the Temecula Valley area and surrounding areas as well. Now, what I'm going to walk you through in just a minute is our usual listing presentation. This was the presentation we would sit down with you and go over if we were in your living room or your kitchen and you were considering selling your house with us. Many times it works better for you to get a chance to meet us before we meet you. I want you to see what we can do, get an understanding of our process at First Team, and see if it's a good fit. If it is, then we look forward to meeting you in person, and then we can focus on your home and on the marketing strategies specific for your property. So give me just a second to get reset, and I'll walk you through what we do at First Team that is very unique as marketers for your real estate. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to walk you through our presentation. Now, we've taken the book, and if you haven't seen it, I'm either going to bring it when we meet, or you might have received a copy of a bound book. It looks like, sorry, I have it in this envelope here. Looks like this, and it goes through the same material. Now, this book, by the way, is representative of the marketing quality that we do. This was created in-house, and I'll talk a little bit about that here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. One thing I hate is death by PowerPoint. I got plenty of that in the military. I don't want to do that to you, but I do want to go through quickly, and this will take about 15 minutes or so. I want to go through quickly and show you what we do and why we're unique. So what we're going to cover, I'm going to show you our proven track record at First Team Real Estate, give you a kind of a behind-the-scenes peek at our marketing and why we have expert marketing. I'm going to show you why we have leverage that no one else can bring you. And then I want to go through real quickly the action plans that we follow. One of the things I'm going to emphasize throughout this presentation is that we have systems. And we have very specific systems that work a certain way because we understand the market and how to market property. And these systems will work in your favor. They also allow Angela and I to work for you and give you specific attention and work on finding buyers rather than spending our time wasting our time doing things like printing stuff out and trying to do all that kind of stuff. We get to work on what we do best, which is finding the buyer for your home, selling it as quickly as possible, and for the most that we could possibly get for it. Now, our founder, Cameron, created a company, not a franchisable company, but a large company that is then able to leverage. That leverage we're able to deploy worldwide. That's a big deal. So I'm going to show you why and how we do that. But understand, your First Team doesn't just list real estate, put it on the MLS, get a few pictures, make a few flyers, and then try to find people in the community. We market every single property on a worldwide, on a global scale. So that allows, like I said, Angela and I to work with you. And, you know, I'll tell you, between the two of us, we've got over 30 years experience in real estate. When we came to First Team, we discovered a program, a company that does something no one else does. And I grew up in this industry. My stepfather's in real estate. My dad's actually in real estate. My grandfather. I grew up doing real estate my whole life, taking property calls from the time I was a teenager. I understand a lot about how this works, but I've never seen it done the way they do it here at First Team, which is why we're with the company. So the old rules don't apply, and I'm used to the old rules. We have what's called the new rules of real estate, which has to do, the marketing has changed. It used to be it was based on what you write and what you say and just getting it out there. You didn't have to do much. You could shoot a picture with a regular camera and stick it out, and if it was priced right, it would sell. Now you have to compete, and you compete on a totally different level, especially with the photos and video. So First Team has demonstrated over and over that it ranks as high as you possibly could. Just being a Southern California company, nationally, it's ranking in the top 11. It is almost double, doing total sale volume, almost double the number 2 and number 3 place in California, and we sell twice as many homes in Orange County. Now, this is important for you, even if your home is in, even if your home is in Temecula or Murrieta or somewhere in Riverside or even San Diego County, because most of our home buyers aren't coming from this area. They're coming from Orange County. So our reach into Orange County is one of the things that makes us the best company to work with in this area. Now, we represent more buyers, almost twice what our competitors combined. And I'm going to show you how we leverage that in a little bit, because we have a back office that connects buyers and connects them to property before it even hits the MLS. And we've got the biggest pool of resources to do that. So we're a team. The entire First Team network, without throwing anyone under the bus, let me just say, this isn't common. Most offices are competitive. The agents are competing with each other. We are a team, and every agent is working together to put deals together that will fit our buyers and our sellers and to service each other. So we have a system, which I'll demonstrate a little bit in a few minutes. We have a system in which we're able to do that. We also have a great online presence, 900,000 annual website visits. I think it's gone up since this slide was made. And we understand that images are everything. Now, like I said, these are the new rules of real estate. If you look at those images, that's the kind of quality we typically put out. That's not the top. That's our typical quality. This is the typical quality that I see in the MLS every day. Now, we don't want any property to look like that. So when we list a property, it's going to look like this, not like this, and then we're going to be very careful that our MLS is effective. If you look at a listing like this, sad to say this is common. I've seen this very, very many times, and I could pull up MLS sheet after MLS sheet that would show you bad grammar, abbreviations that weren't necessary, insufficient content. I mean, he's got 5-6 or she's got 5-6 more lines they could put in the description, and there's just blank space all over the MLS. We won't do that. We're going to make sure that our, oh yeah, I forgot about this, increased, it's a high price listing and the price went up during the listing period. That is a big no-no. This has been on the market way too long, and it's got a commission of 1% to the buyer's agent. We're going to share much more than that to our buyer's agent to make sure that they want to sell it. So this is something that the agent is supposed to prepare, and it should look like this. A great photo, full content, filled out and detailed as much as possible. Everything's accurate, and there's an open house scheduled. Everything is on that MLS, done correctly. And the reason is we're going to syndicate that MLS to 2,000 sites across the internet. So we're going to make sure our photos even have captions, because we want Google and Bing and Yahoo and Trulia and all these other companies to crawl that MLS to get as much content as possible and keep putting it in front of potential buyers. And we also make sure that we get community photos, the HOA, everything around, because we're selling a lifestyle, not just a house. So once we've done all that media and we put it out, we make sure you get a weekly email roundup. And it used to be called the Sold Report. That's how, this is what it used to look like. We literally just released the new version. It's called the Listing Activity Report. It looks like this. This will come in your email. It'll show you where your listing has been seen, how many times, what sites it's going out on. You get a full report. And that's one of the keys here at First Team. We make sure that we communicate with you consistently, reliably, and with relevant content. So like I said, we're going to syndicate, and we're going to syndicate every single listing that we put out to 2,000 different sites. One of those sites, and First Team's the only company that can do this, one of those sites is Juwai.com. That is the only MLS service available in China. Now that's important because so many of our buyers are coming from overseas. And we want to make sure that our listings reach into their living room as well. So we even syndicate, and that's the leverage I was telling you about. As a company, not a franchisable organization, but a large company, we actually have the leverage to be able to put listings into Juwai. No other brokerage is able to do that, and I can say that without just showing off. That is an absolute fact. So we also, aside from marketing globally, we're going to network with the other big names in real estate. You've heard of them, Century 21, Prudential, Coldwell Banker, Remax, all these companies. We network internally with them as well. So their websites have our listings, and they will be able to market your property directly to their buyers. Everything is done with search engine optimization. As I was saying earlier, we want everything to be crawled and indexed and put out there as quickly as possible. So anyone who Googles homes for sale Temecula is going to see your listing. And then we're going to make sure that we don't just use photos, but we use great video as well. So our video and our photos are all done by professional photographers, and put out online to make sure that you're getting as much exposure, professional exposure, as we can create. And we're socially connected. So we have our Facebook, and we've got a lot of followers. So with all the followers that we have, we even have our own private social media concierge where we're feeding everything into the main social media sites. You'll probably find in your house great photos showing up on Pinterest and on Facebook and everywhere else. Now, can't just do online. We have to do print. We specialize in print. In fact, if you haven't seen this book is a print version of the presentation I'm showing you. But this is top-notch quality. I don't know if you can see that. Great photos, great pages. This was created in-house and represents the quality of print media that we use. So we advertise regularly. Your home would be shown in these papers and in SoCal Living, which is one of our primary sources of print media that we're putting out. So this is key, and you can see the quality that we do as far as distributing that as well. So we make sure we get the word out in every possible way. There would be postcards sent to the neighborhood when your property is listed, door hangers, flyers, whatever we need to do. And we use professional photography and great printing to make sure that your property is marketed well above any other property being marketed in your community. Now, the other thing that you need that I hope you see, or let me just explain this quickly, is our affiliation with Christie's. Christie's International Real Estate is our luxury home marketing brand, and you may not fall into this category, but because we excel, and not only excel, but we are the #1 in global luxury marketing, because we are the top name in marketing luxury homes, those skills, those abilities, and that mindset is what we bring to marketing every single home we accept into our program. So our system is designed to market luxury homes, and we use it to market every single home as professionally as possible. So by getting that worldwide exposure, and it's this arm that's able to market every single luxury home and every property that comes through our books, let me just put it that way, is going to get worldwide exposure. And that by being the leading marketing firm for real estate in the global marketplace, your home's going to get more exposure. You're going to get better targeted marketing for those properties, and we're going to show you results. Now, we have the highest sales volume throughout the largest worldwide network. Yes, I did just read the headline, but it's so key to you to be able to sell your property. And we have the largest network of relocation buyers. So we have made sure to connect into the network of relocation buyers that's actually a association, so that when people are looking to move into California for business, their business is relocating them, we're going to be at the top of their list. Now, let's look at kind of the action plan and what we have to do to make sure that your home sells. We're going to stage it. If necessary, we're going to make it look as homey and inviting as possible, and we make sure that we do that well. 94% of staged homes sell in 29 days or less. These are actual MLS photos, right? So you're seeing how we do it, what it looked like before and what we would do after. This is how we make our photos as inviting as possible online and in print. We're also going to make sure you get, this is part of our action plan, you get very precise analytics. You may not be into numbers, you may not be a graph person, maybe you are. Whatever fits you, what we do make sure we do is not just say, hey, here's what we think the house would sell for, but here's, based on the time of year, this month, next month, what it is most likely to do. And then we determine the best plan to market your home. Maybe, if it works for you, you decide, I'm going to wait a little bit longer when the market is most likely to do better. Or maybe you decide, now is the key time to sell, and we're going to price it appropriately for the market. Our system, our team, and everything within First Team is designed to make sure we get the buyer to your home as quickly as possible. So we have any call that comes in is picked up, it's answered. Literally, we get back to every single buyer within 5 minutes, and they get routed to my cell phone or Angela's cell phone. So we are communicating with buyers constantly, and we are very good at response. Now, I mentioned that we have a a back office. In our back office, we've got a buyer pipeline, and we've got something called sneak preview. What this basically means is in the buyer pipeline, everyone who's got a buyer has already put in there, here's what I'm looking for. In the sneak preview, anyone who's got a potential property to sell has already put in there, and yours is probably in there already because I probably put it in. This may be a listing that's coming up. Don't know. Here's what I know about it. This might be coming up. Hey, here's a buyer who might be interested. We're already connecting buyers and sellers, buyers and property, right off the bat. So just having that system means your house is getting marketed immediately, and we're able to expose it to the market faster than any other brokerage. So we identify our buyers faster. We make sure they get great home value, and they're already looking for homes. We then manage the entire process. So we want to be your advocate. And Angela and I usually call ourselves real estate advocates more than real estate agent or real estate professional, which is very generic, because we're working for you. We're here to make sure your best interests are protected. This is our family of companies. When we work with our family of companies, everyone knows how it works. We have checklists, we have systems, we have everything set up to make sure it goes smoothly. Your best interests are protected in the process. All so we can get you the maximum price as quickly as possible. All right? Now, that's where intelligent pricing comes in. Like I said, we're going to bring you the statistics and the graphs and all that kind of thing to say, here's what we think it's going to sell for, here's where we want to price it. We can have the best marketing in the world, which we do, but if the home is not priced correctly to sell in the time that you want it to sell in, it won't make any difference. So we want to make sure that we intelligently price. Now, there's different strategies. It's not necessarily that we're just going to sell it at the lowest price that you'll take. That's definitely not our strategy because we want to get you the most. But there are different ways to price a home and to handle the offers in order to achieve that goal. Finally, we want to really stay in touch with you. We have very effective communications. And I showed you, for example, the listing activity report that you will get weekly. But we stay in touch, and you're going to get relevant communication from us. You're going to be able to reach us, and we're going to take care of our clients. There is a marketing plan of action. If we meet, I'll show you this step by step, what we do immediately, as soon as it's between now and when it goes on the market, what we do as soon as it's on the market, and all the way through the process. There's an action plan for how we're going to show your home. There's an action plan for the actual showing. So all this is laid out. We have it down to a science. And the science works. It works every time. And that allows Angela and I to specialize in the art of selling a home. And then finally, as far as merchandising, I talked about staging. There are tricks of the trade. And these are some of the things that we would walk through with you to say, here's how we're going to best show off your home to get the most money fastest time possible. Okay, so that's it. I hope that answered most of your questions. I'm looking for a good stay. Let's just leave it right there. I hope that answered most of your questions. If this is something you think is a good fit for you, we look forward to hearing from you. Angela and I would love to come meet you, see your house, see your home, get an idea, and start doing our research to really get you an accurate pricing strategy, and then talk through the marketing that we do specifically for your property. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I realize it was a little bit more than 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it off here because that's more slides than I want to watch. I'm sure that's more than you want to watch. I wish you luck and Godspeed in finding the right person to sell your home, whether that's us or another agent. You have a great day. Thank you.